I'm the founder of the School of Martial Arts. My name is Ashwin Naidu. I started the school in 1998. I started my training in 1993. And I won the title belt in the 79 to 82 category of the Muay Thai Pro AM Golden Mongkhon in the year 2023. My passion for martial art has always been there, but back then when there were no competitions, any serious competitions which are full contact or what as we see MMA, it was most of it was to be only semi-contact, and it was in a massive commercial scale. It was then sometime I remember in 2012 2013, and I came across Crew Hemant, and we spoke to each other. We said, yes, we need to improvise the whole current system. And that's when we started the club wars. So we started with club wars, small little club wars, where we would meet each other and other schools would come meet each other, exchange of techniques. What I have seen is martial arts has been evolving. And in today's media, with the approach to media, martial arts scene has moved leaps and bounds. And it's very important that be it a coach or a player, we keep in touch with the current trend of martial arts. And one of my primary reasons to participate in events, in all events, as many events as possible, which is full contact, is to keep up with the current system, to understand the new age of martial arts, to understand the evolution of it, so that I can give a better curriculum to my students at the School of Martial Arts.
Sir Ashwin Naidu, what's your age?
I'm 46 years old.
Okay, so being a 46-year-old fighting against young 20 years old in full contact like Muay Thai, how it comes, how do you feel it?
Well, just like any other fighter, this is my 58th fight. Of course, there is a certain amount of nervousness and a bit of doubt. But when the bell goes on, you can see the moves, you can see the flaws, you can think about all the fights you had, and things move on. So yeah, you don't really think about how old you are then.
How's your typical preparation goes for any competitions?
So my workout is every day. Every day I've been working out since 93, and there is no specific preparation that I do for any competition. But yes, of course, if I'm switching games between MMA or Muay Thai or kickboxing, I have to bring my mind into that. Yes, those are the few weeks that I spend more on the game and try and work it out. Of course, I have my senior black belts with me who help me a lot, and they're always there with me. They spar with me, and they help me, and sometimes they also coach me, which is nice. Well, I'm glad that I hold two title belts now. One is the title belt for Muay Thai and the other title belt for my age with the belt, of course. Well, one thing I must tell you, it's an art, and if you are going to practice this art and if you're going to work on this art, there is always a competition there. You need to gain that competition. And yes, sometimes you need to pursue it. You need to pursue it constantly. And if you see the most exciting part, it's not just about winning the belt. The exciting part is, what did I do to win the belt? And yes, I would say for all the previous title belt holders, do not stop because you just did one thing to win the belt. But there are 100 more things you can do to win further more belts. So there are 100 belts waiting for you. Yes, my family is strong. They are my power, they are my source. And even though I never allow them to come for any event, I prefer to do it without family, because once I see my family, I'm in a different zone. So yeah, my family supports me. Well, the emotional status of before the fight was a bit of a butterfly in my stomach. I always get that. And then I slow down my breathing, and then I feel good and I feel excited. And once I enter the ring, I'm there and I want it, I want more. And during the fight, I really don't know how those 3 rounds go in. But yes, I always hope there's another round, and it really doesn't tire me. But yeah, I always hope there could be another round, and either ways, win or lose, it doesn't matter. So my emotional status after the fight was quite exciting because during the fight I was aware that I was winning it, of course, and yes, I was happy, I was content, and most of all, I was really happy when I looked around me and I could see everyone smiling and cheering. Probably my age and the fight and everything put together. Yeah, well, that was the happiest moment. No doubt.
You're definitely one of the respected martial arts in the community, which I don't know if you may or may not aware of it.
So, wearing this belt, I would like to first approach the coaches, all the coaches around this country, that if we all coaches come together and have a common platform to train all our students, put aside our ego and put aside our thoughts about who is bigger. End of the day, we are all coaches and we should respect the game, honor the judge's decision, and not argue with it. And coming to the players, I must tell you this, there is a magic number, and sometimes it is 6, sometimes it is 2, sometimes it is 8. It's only after you cross the magic number of 6, 8 or 10 that you will see a clear mind when you start fighting, and then you will actually know why is that you're fighting in these competitions, and probably then you can say you can be a fighter. So I have known Hemant Kumar, Crew Hemant, since 2012. And yes, right from simple small club wars to the big events, the big national level events that we are participating in right now. The one thing I must really appreciate is the accuracy of the event, the timing of the event, the entire organization of it is on the dot. It is made in such a way that players are not stressed out, fighters are not tired. They don't have to wait for an infinite amount of time for their names to be called out, or it's not like a big jamboree as it happens in other national level events where everybody are told to wait, and sometimes the fights go until 11:30, 12 in the night. Yes, I must say more of you should come in and participate in Crew Hemant's event, because it is very well organized, professionally organized, spaced out in time, and I can definitely say that he's not done anything to cut cost. In fact, he's done a very good event, and he's always been doing such events, and it's getting better day by day. The location, the organization, and everything. So I would ask everyone, come on, next year, 2024. So I'm 46 years old, and I'm a professional in the manufacturing sector. I have a regular job, a regular 8 hours job, sometimes it gets extended. But the morning 2 hours is my time. Morning 6 to 8 is my time, purely my time. It's every day that I have been assembling little parts that made me what I am today. Every day, consistency does help. It's not for an event, it's not for tomorrow, it's not for 10 months, no. I don't believe in that. I believe if you are a martial artist, there's a lot. It's a vast subject. It's a vast subject, and there are varieties of combat games which you must all try, for which you have to be consistent. That is the key. So you work out, you give your time, you put your effort every day, and then you will definitely see it working. There will be a time where you don't have to walk or run, you're just sliding. There is an invisible force which is just taking you out there. So I would ask all of you, the coaches be it, players be it, there is no retirement. You play as long as they allow you to play.
You do multiple tasks during your events. You are a coach because a couple of your fighters are always fighting next to you. and you're fighting, how do you manage both the responsibilities? As a fighter, you will have your own things to overcome, and you also have to make sure your fighters are doing good, doing right. How do you manage this?
So the primary reason I fight is for my students and my senior black belts also to participate in it. So it's more like leading the way. Yes, there are moments of anxiety where I have my senior coaches who are my students who are fighting, and then immediately after that is my fight. But a huge thank you for my black belts. They are always there for me. And if there is one person fighting, there are at least a few more people there with me. And I think most important of all, before I can fight, they just let me be by myself. They just let me be by myself. There's one person who does the wraps for me and straps me on and just leaves me alone. So it gives me a lot of time to think about what I'm going to do there. So my message to everybody is we can really boil events like this, and we can bring out more and more much better players. We can bring out stars, and yes, we can bring out the Indian UFCs, the Indian one champions. We can bring a lot. These are all the big names, but it all starts at the grassroots. The grassroots is find a competition, participate, repeat, repeat, repeat. Do it 4 times, 5 times a year, or even 10 times a year. It doesn't matter, but just repeat it. It takes time and you will win it. So I would like to thank Crew Hemant. I would like to thank my seniors. I would also like to thank all the coaches who are directly and indirectly involved in martial arts. And most of all, my teacher, Master S.K. Murthy, I would like to thank him for all the training he has given. And not to forget my senior black belts who are coaches in the School of Martial Arts.